Hey boys, episode 4 of the weekly market outlook. I was just on holiday as of last week, which is why I wasn't posting the daily market outlooks. I'm fully jet lagged right now. I literally landed an hour ago, but I'm back, so the grind continues, okay? So let's just dive in. This is episode 4 of the weekly market outlook, and let's look at the Forex factory. So we have CPI on Wednesday, unemployment claims on Thursday, and then some news in between like JOLTS on Tuesday, etc., etc. But CPI is the main news event of this week. Let's dive into the charts. Oh yeah, and I got a bit of a haircut. We're switching things up a bit. So DXY monthly time frame, I've marked out this monthly BPR. If you don't know what a BPR is, it's a balanced price range. So basically we have two fair value gaps overlapping each other. And so it's basically an area of inefficiency where price can be looking to target. So as of right now, this monthly low is the start of the BPR. And so this is what I'm expecting for price to do, to tap into it before potentially reversing up higher. We can also tap all the way down and close this monthly gap into this monthly order block before seeing some bullish prices. But yeah, basically most likely what we'll see is price tap into here and then start pushing higher, in my humble opinion. So let's go down to the weekly time frame. On the weekly time frame, what we can see is we have been reacting to this weekly order block right here, and we've been displacing lower, right? So now we've had a clear market structure shift below this low. So I've marked out this weekly breaker. I've marked out this weekly order block. Yeah, coming into this week, we do have these equal lows as well down here. So I'll just mark them out with a simple low like this. We have these equal lows down here, and what price could do this week is either start pulling back straight away from here, come back into whatever the 50% level into premium prices, and then we're just going to continue shorting it until our bias changes to like long-term bullishness on the DXY. Right now, these lows, and we're looking for a pullback because we've just displaced lower, right? So when price creates a low, what do we expect? We're expecting a higher low. It's basic market structure. So right now we're down here, and so when we're down here, we're expecting for price to do this before continuing lower. That's the weekly time frame. We made it nice and clear. Nothing really, no need to overcomplicate it. We have this weekly gap, which is still open, and that's it. Let's go down to the daily time frame. So in the daily time frame, I've marked out this little mitigation of this daily order block right here, this doji candle. I know some of you don't use bearish candles as a bearish order block, like a black candle and for my chart as a bearish order block, but I certainly do, because in these wicks, right, there's a lot of shit that's happening in that wick. So what price did is it literally mitigated it. This was a liquidity point, and then boom, we absolutely tanked last week. So I didn't trade last week. I was away on holidays, but now we're back, right? So yeah, daily time frame is really simple. It's basically the same as the weekly time frame. We have a shit ton of fair value gaps right into here, and we're expecting a bit of a pullback to come into either this fair value gap and continue going lower, or this weekly breaker block and this weekly zone and then continue going lower, right? Because we have this major target right here, which could be hit before creating the pullback. On the 4-hour time frame, it's the same thing, right? Price has literally shot down. So what we want to see is for price to do something like this, start trickling back up a bit, and then start pushing lower. So that's it for the DXY. Let's go to the euro now. So euro monthly time frame. I've made things pretty clean for you guys right now, right? So this monthly candle still does not have a bottom wick. So I'm just keeping that in mind. We are very, very bullish coming into this monthly candle, which is what I've been expecting in all of the other videos. You can look at them, and I'm telling you, we've had these dojis, and I'm still expecting bullish prices, and this is what has happened, right? Same thing here, monthly BPR, two fair value gaps overlapping each other, and I'm expecting for price to come into it and then potentially create a monthly doji up into here, and then maybe we start pushing down lower, or we start seeing lower prices earlier. As I've said for the DXY, I've marked out these highs. We do have equal highs. So I'm being reactive on what price has been doing, right? So since we've been really, really bullish, there's a possibility, not necessarily a high possibility yet, that we're going to want to target these highs. Keeping that in mind, I'm like, okay, if we target these highs, where could be a reversal zone? It's this monthly order block right here, this monthly breaker, which is right here, which I haven't marked out, but that could be a possibility, right? We could see price doing this, come all the way back up into here, and then we go lower. And I've marked out this low because it is my overall higher time frame target on the euro. I'm expecting the euro to like Euro USD to eventually for $1 to be as powerful as €1 basically in the upcoming, well, in 2025 essentially. I could be dead wrong. It wouldn't matter if I'm wrong because we're trading the lower time frame. But yeah, it's just fun to keep these analysis on the charts. So that's the monthly time frame. On the weekly time frame, massive engulfing candle, right? We've literally printed a monster. Look at all of the other candles. This one is the largest. We're in this weekly order block. We could see price pushing lower. We do have this weekly breaker right here, which I hadn't marked out, but now it's marked out. And this overall weekly demand area down here. So yeah, price could come down and then continue pushing up higher, or we'll just break through these areas. We have equal lows down here and we'll see some lower prices. That's what I'm looking at on the weekly time frame. Let's go down to the daily time frame. On the daily time frame, I've marked out this fair value gap right into here, because what price has done on NFP, which was last Friday, is we mitigated this extreme zone, right? The last zone up into here, this daily zone, and we've created a nice wick. And so what I'm expecting in the beginning of the week is for price to just create a bit of a pullback coming into, well, a bit of a pullback, that's already like 100 pips. But coming into this, at least this daily fair value gap, we could see more lower prices. But basically after this massive move, I'm expecting price to kind of slow down a bit while it's doing the pullback. So yeah, it's the same thing as when you're in a trading session, right? When you're in a trading session and the first hour or two, you have a monster move up, it's pretty likely that in the next couple of hours of that trading session, of that kill zone, we're not going to get as much volume. So price is fractal. So you can treat this the same way you're treating it on the session to a higher time frame analysis. This previous weekly candle has been a monster. So this next weekly candle could be sort of a slowdown for price. So I'm just keeping that in mind. No guarantees as always, but I'm just keeping that in mind. On the 4-hour time frame, yeah, I've marked out these clear equal lows right here, which I'm expecting to get targeted pretty much this week, unless we obviously just continue the massive rally up, which is a possibility. We don't know when the high is going to end, but the bullish displacement is going to end. But yeah, we do have these equal lows down here, so this is basically my first target for the week. That's it, said and done. That's the first target for the week. I'm not going to bother going to the lower time frames because basically tomorrow I'm going to be posting the daily market outlook. So you'll see what I'm expecting on the lower time frames coming into Monday. But it's pretty clean, like there's not much else I can say. Bullish momentum, push up. Now we're expecting a bit of a pullback. The first pullback is into here. I'm not trying to call, yeah, we're going to reverse down into here, create a market structure shift for the SMT or the DXY, and then reverse and then push higher, right? This is the first draw on liquidity for me on the euro. Let's go to the pound. So if you've looked at the euro and the DXY, which you have because I've just been showing you them, we have these BPRs, right? These inefficiencies, these bearish inefficiencies. And on the pound, we do not have these BPRs. So this tells me that the pound is potentially more bullish than the euro as of right now. So I'm just keeping that in mind. We have no lower wick. So we could see price, no guarantees, but we could see this candle flip at the end of the month or during this month. We could see, this could be the high of the candle, right? And then we could see lower prices. These equal lows down here are pretty obvious. Just readjusting my seat. These equal lows down here are pretty obvious. That's it, simple. We've mitigated this monthly order block up into here. We've shifted in market structure below this low. We haven't closed below it, which isn't ideal, but we have shifted. And now we could be creating the pullback before pushing down lower again. On the weekly time frame, I've marked out this weekly gap. So this weekly demand area just down into here, this weekly demand. And then obviously same thing for the euro. We have this weekly breaker block right here. So weekly breaker block, weekly demand area, and we're just looking for a bit of a pullback before continuing the bullish momentum. I'm not seeing this zone as a very strong zone as of right now, like this order block, just because this weekly candle closed like really strong into it. So potentially this high is a target right now for the pound. I'm just going to put it in red. Potentially this high is a target for the pound. What I have marked out, sorry if the color is a bit too dark. What I have marked out is this weekly extreme zone right up into here. So the extreme order block. So I don't want to see price trading above here. and this weekly overall buy before the sell and the push lower, and then obviously this monthly order block. That's it for the weekly time frame. Let's drop down to the daily time frame. Oh yeah, so I have marked out this daily fair value gap up into here because look at all of this low resistance liquidity right up here. These conditions were shit. I don't know, like if you traded these conditions, which were in November 2024, but that was really bad conditions. And we left this daily fair value gap, really clean daily fair value gap right above here with all the liquidity just there. So potentially another target for price, but as of right now, yeah, I'm getting too into this. As of right now, price, this is what price has done, displaced higher after sweeping the previous weekly low, and we're simply looking to trade price into this first fair value gap before seeing the continuous push up higher potentially, right? Obviously there are fair value gaps down into here, but as I said for the euro, we're keeping things simple. This is the first row on liquidity, this previous daily low. So that's what I'm calling right now, right? These equal lows down here, right down here. So that's it. We've had bullish momentum. We are looking to have a bit of like a retracement, and this is the first target. So first target here on the pound, on the euro, first target is the same on the 4-hour time frame, just down here. And then on the DXY, it would be these first highs right up into here. That's it. So sorry I wasn't consistent last week. It was very hard for me because it was a busy holiday, believe it or not. But yeah, now we're back and the consistency will be back. The Discord has been pretty slow recently, but now that we're back, the markets, like the Discord is going to be ready for this week. So make sure you join. The link will be in the description, and have a great trading week. Be careful. It's probably best to wait for CPI before trading. If you have a funded account, a live account, etc., just wait for the storm and then you can position yourself.